On our channel, we have a series of videos which we have done previously that cover JMeter advanced thread groups. In these videos, we cover how to add and incorporate these thread groups into a test plan. The arrivals thread group follows a similar pattern, so in this video we will focus on what differentiates this thread group from the others. Traditionally, when we create a load test that will prove the ultimate load of a system, it involves running a series of tests that probe ever-increasing levels of concurrency until a breaking point is achieved. We may use ramp-up features of the stepping thread group or the ultimate thread group to generate a range of throughputs for our test. However, at the end of each test, we can expect no more than a finite load that is either met or brings our target test application to its breaking point. The arrivals thread group fundamentally differs from ordinary thread groups as it allows the test designer to set a rate by which the load test will continuously increase requests. This enables us to easily define an ever-increasing concurrency for the duration of our test. Let's add an instance of the arrivals thread group to explore more about how it works. The arrivals thread group accepts a few simple metrics which produce a continuous rate of request generation. Let's specify 500 in the target rate arrivals per minute box, and 2 minutes in the ramp-up time box. We'll omit ramp-up steps and enter 18 minutes for the whole target rate time. This produces the request rate profile in the graphical view below. Note that this graph represents the rate of additional new requests. Therefore, the horizontal plateau actually indicates a continuous increasing level of throughput over that time. It is this feature which allows the arrivals thread group to attain an exponential level of scale when compared to the other similar thread group types. There's also a version of this plugin called the freeform arrivals thread group, which allows even greater control over the request rates over time. Let's go ahead and replace our existing thread group with an instance of the freeform arrivals thread group to explore how this variation works. The behavior of this thread group is controlled by the thread schedule, which is a user-modified table within the thread group configuration pane. If you have watched our video on the ultimate thread group, this configuration panel will look familiar and functions in a similar fashion. However, just like the arrivals thread group, the plotted profile indicates a rate of new requests being generated, and therefore the rate of change of the throughput of our test. Let's specify an example profile by adding a few rows to the thread schedule. Note we can specify the units of our table with the radio selector underneath the graphical display. Either minutes or seconds can be used. As you can see from our profile view, the rate of change for this test will gradually ramp up threads, or virtual users, over the first 300 seconds of this test. After this point, threads will be added to our test in a continuous rate. The entire test is expected to take just under 19 minutes to complete. As we have shown in our other videos, we can add samplers and listeners to our test, which will make it perform useful tasks. Please check out some of our other videos covering advanced thread groups for a step-by-step guide on how to accomplish that. The arrivals thread group is one of several advanced JMeter thread group types that can assist in scaling your load test and making the process of scaling up more manageable. It especially makes it easy to exponentially increase the size of each cohort of users simply by extending one or more input parameters. Please see our other videos on our channel if you are interested in learning more about these other advanced thread groups. You can find links to these in the description below.